Malalaika beads that have been charged with crystal power and blessings for you. And during the meditation, you can use them as mala beads to press into a bead which each thought that resonates with you, to bring it into your heart, into your spirit, to your being and your soul. So begin by centering yourself in your body. Feel the ground beneath you. It is supporting you fully. And allow your mind to quiet. It knows that this is the time when you align with the divine presence within, and allow it to step out of the way. Now imagine or intend that you are on an airplane runway. Behind you is the past. It's the part of you that weighed heavily from the wounds of the world that were with you from this or many lifetimes. Even trauma that you carried from your ancestry, it's behind you. While ahead of you is your future self. It's your future self of high potential. Now take a deep breath in. And on the next deep breath, as you exhale, imagine or intend that you lift off. And as you lift off, you begin to rise higher and higher and higher into a higher state of consciousness. As you ascend, it feels like a light switch in your heart has turned on. It's the divine presence within you. Feel and see that light like a flame within you. The light of God. You know this, the God within, that radiant, warming energy of your heart, that light of the divine within. And it is here now, radiating throughout your body, lighting up every cell of your being, down to the atom, down to the molecule, lighting everything up in you with the God presence. Your entire essence is now filling up and expanding with your authentic God, co-creator being. As you lift up higher and higher into the atmosphere, on the overhead you hear the voice of your soul. It is informing you the shadows and darkness from the past are falling away. They're left behind now. You and your divine essence are now one. Honey, you and your divine essence are now one. The fragments of the old story, they're just shadows of distant memories. The doubts, fears, limitations, they no longer have a hold on you. You are free. And with every breath, you rise higher and higher and higher. Once again, you hear your soul on the overhead speaker. You and your divine essence are one. You are a co-creator. And we welcome you in your remembering. Now your highest self begins to whisper in your ear. They are God-empower words of high frequency, and you silently repeat them to yourself as your highest self whispers, I am the creator of reality. I am the I am presence. And you take a deep breath and rise higher and higher as your own inner divine voice says, I choose abundant health and harmony. I do. And I'm crying with joy. The little one in me is crying with joy as I choose abundant health and harmony for me and for all beings on earth and in the universe. And you say to yourself, I am the I am, and my thoughts are creative and powerful. And you take in these words, you open to these words, you believe these words as you rise higher in consciousness, saying, I am worthy of all the love, success, and abundance the universe offers. I am worthy of all the love, success, and abundance the universe offers. Knowing these blessings, they flow through me and out into the world. Yes, they do. I am always guided by divine purpose. Always. And the path of unity is clear. Let these words reverberate and resonate and settle deeply within you as we go into a few minutes of silence. As you come back gently into your body, let this be known. You and your divine essence are now one. You are worthy. You are powerful. You are the radiant divine expression of God here on earth. And in the name of love, you bring peace and harmony to the earth. And so it is. I'll take a deep breath and come back into the present moment. Can you hear me? No? You can't hear me? I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay. So let us take a deep breath and welcome the energy, the powerful energies swirling around in this world right now. They are so powerful. There is so much going on. And with this, we begin with a story. Water here for you, sir, said Jewel, a volunteer, holding out a cold bottle with a smile. Nice and chilled, and we've got watermelon, too, for the firefighters. Water and watermelon, said Joe, raised his eyebrow. Is that on purpose? Jewel, shaking her, said, yeah, we're making light of a dark situation. Oh my God, that's an unintended pun. Please forgive me. Water and watermelon sound perfect. Accepting the drink, Joe said, I'm parched. How long have you been at it today? We were staying in our positions all the time. I did sleep on my hose bed, just staying ready. And recently, trying to be on top of our health, we started to just come in from dark till the break of dawn, the troop that I am with. I can't even imagine what it's been like for you. Cars are reduced to metal skeletons. Homes are reduced to ashes. The air is thick, with memories gone up in smoke. Look at all that's been lost. Homes, neighborhoods, businesses, all gone. All that's left is the people. Joe cut her off. Look at the people. It's incredible. Jewel paused. Yes, how sad. I'm very sorry for the residents that live here. We did try our best. We got our butts kicked. But everywhere I go, people talk about what they've lost, but then they go on to tell me about what they've found, the support, the community. It's wonderful. People helping each other, reaching out in the face of such loss. Something beautiful is growing in its place. Jewel said, looking around, taking in the scene with new eyes. Just hours ago, there was separation, political, racial, economic lines, keeping people divided. They were also isolated, heads down, eyes glued to their phones, trapped in their digital bubble. But now, it's like they're connected with a purpose. Gosh, Jewel said, her eyes scanning the scene with new eyes. I've been upset thinking about all that isn't right now. It shouldn't be this way. It's so sad. But with what you've said, it's making me look at this a bit differently. Joe smiled, a warmth in his expression. It's the power of the human spirit, Jewel. Sometimes you have to lose it all to discover what really matters. I had the privilege of studying with the healer, medicine woman, teacher, Rosalind Briere, who spoke of the 4 pillars of the temple. The first pillar was the most obvious. It's the surface level, what you can see at first glance. But for those willing to listen more deeply, there were actually 4 distinct levels of understanding, each offering a richer, more profound perspective on the world. Today, it's very easy to look at the world just through the first level, seeing only what's immediately in front of us. It can make us very sad. The ones with the intention to envision a world living in harmony and embracing infinite divine potential must take a step back and explore the deeper layers of perception and even the unseen levels of reality. Did you get that? I'm going to say it again. The ones with the intention to envision a world living in harmony, embracing infinite divine potential, must take a step back and explore the deeper levels of perception and even the unseen levels of reality. Did you get that? Okay. So looking at the pillars of the temple, we here at Unity have the opportunity now to create the world Myrtle and Charles Fillmore envisioned long ago. We here at Unity now have the opportunity to create that world when we look at the different pillars of the temple. And in this speech, I will tell you how we do that. Are you ready? Yes. Great. Are you with me? Yes. Awesome, because we've got work to do. As Marianne Williamson said so beautifully, for many, this is not an easy time. The world around us is a reflection of who we've been until now. The only way to repair the world is if we ourselves are willing to change. So just as Jewel in the story focused on the devastation, this world right now often seems caught in the blame game. Politicians, the media, news sources frequently point fingers, blaming one another for the state of our planet, the state of our nation, and our communities. And their sound bites seep into our consciousness so that we start repeating that blame game. But the second unity principle teaches us that you create your experience by what you think and feel. In simple terms, life is consciousness. As co-creators with the divine, we're called to look within ourselves and examine where our thoughts and feelings are being projected outward. This is the work of a divine warrior, which I know you to be. I don't know you all personally, but I know your energy, and I look in your eyes, and I see your heart, and I've been in unity, and I know we are all standing for this. To look within. Where am I seeing division within? And friends, there are so many times that I look at myself with division and self-hatred. As long as I do that, that hatred goes out into the world and is reflected back at me. So many times I look within myself and see judgment of others. As long as I do that, I'm projecting that consciousness onto the world, and the judgment I see in the political arena is there, reflecting right back to me what the divinity in me is creating within the world in me. I am being so honest with you. I want to tell you I am the girl of peace and harmony, and I am, because I state that I am presence right now, and I got work to do inside. Are you with me? Thank God. So we begin with self-awareness. We start an organic healing process. This is where the true healing of the world begins. It's not about assigning blame, but about recognizing that as spiritual beings in human form, we've lost sight of our rightful place in divine order. And it's not our fault. We have been living in the age of Pisces, in the age of duality. We have been living in a dimmed consciousness, which is now breaking free in the age of Aquarius. And guys, there's so much more than just the age of Aquarius. There's so many benevolent forces to lift humanity to a new consciousness of oneness. And we are the way showers. We are it. We're at a pivotal point in history. Mark this time, because this is the beginning of a whole cosmic reset. We are on the verge of a metamorphosis of human consciousness. As Unity Church members embracing unity consciousness, it's possible. We have been born to help catalyze this transformation. As it is written in Esther 4:14, perhaps you are made for such a time as this. Yes. Marianne Williamson continues, change begins within us, in our hearts and minds. We're in the midst of a profound evolution, moving from separation to wholeness, from fear to love, from isolation, feel it, to unity. Feel it. The world we see now is the product of our collective beliefs, but the time has come for those beliefs to be transformed. We're not waiting for love to appear. Love is already here. It's here for you. Love is already here for you. No matter what we see or read or hear, love is already here for us. It's here for us now. Nothing can change that. Love is here for us now. We're not waiting for love to come in where love is already here, waiting for us to recognize it, to embrace it, and let it flow freely through us. Romans 12:2 reminds us, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. Mother, Father, God's will of good, pleasing, and perfect will. That will is the purpose and the love and the radiance in each of your hearts. Are you with me? I have a friend, Christopher Reynolds. He's a local man. Maybe you know him. He's a musician, a speaker, an artist, quite profound, mover of the higher consciousness. And I saw a piece of his art with a poem on it. And if anyone wants to see the art, come see me afterwards. I didn't have time to do PowerPoint, but I can show you there. But anyway, what I read last week when I heard him speak, it was like, that's what my talk is all about. And so with his permission, I get to share it with you. Beyond the shattering is transformation. Power unlike you knew. Vision unlike what you have seen. Feeling unlike what you've received. Revelation unlike what you've anticipated. So fear not the moment, the time, the place of the shattering. Fear not, and walk with confidence, my children. That's what the Reverend Martin Luther King did. He walked with confidence, and he said to his children, walk with confidence, my children. Love is with us, and love will win. And he believed that with all of his heart in the face of devastation. Walk with confidence, my children. What is directed in Chris's poem and in Romans 12:12 by Paul is the second pillar of the temple. And the first one, just a reminder, is what we see is at face value. But the second pillar is to look deeper within. And it's to walk with confidence. knowing you walk with God always. We walk with God. We are blessed by God. And we feel the universal forces are with us. As satsang is one of my favorite musicians. Anyone listen to satsang? Really, if you're in a state where those voices from the world are bringing you down into the gravity, listen to satsang, S-A-T-S-A-N-G. His words will help uplift you. And satsang, he says, I no longer fear the unknown because I know what I'm here for. The shattering that Chris writes about is the destruction with the purpose of bringing that which no longer knows it is whole back together into unity. That is what this time is here for. And there has to be, like with a kitchen, to have a kitchen renovation, there first has to be a demolition. And people don't go through that demolition going, oh no, oh no. They're excited because the renovation is coming. So for us individually, we've had many years of the purging and healing to prepare for the renovation. It's been preparing us for a time like this. It hasn't been easy. But now the upliftment is about to happen, and you are not only the witness, you are the co-creator, not only for yourself, not only for our community, not only for our world, but actually for the whole universe. You are co-creating with the universe to create a higher consciousness. There's never been anywhere in the history of this world or anywhere, any planet, anywhere, that has gone through the greatest transformation of consciousness that we are about to impart. It's very exciting. In the quiet moments of life when we close our eyes, there's the stillness where we know the truth. It's where God is. And that's those moments we know we're already whole. And when we know that, the world knows it too. It's knowing that truth that we have, that there's a reason that we're here, and that God is with us, helping us bring that about. So I see so much in my coaching practice, people who come to me wanting to make a difference, sincerely, wanting it, have wanted it since the day they were born. But there's one thing, the first thing that gets in their way is that confidence of knowing that it is within them. That confidence of knowing that they are connected with Spirit and they don't have to do it all themselves, that it is there to unfold for them and with them. Are you with me?
Yes.
So each of them carries the same weight, a lack of belief in their own power. And often what they're hearing is voices, past voices of family members that told them they didn't have the power. Told them they're not enough. A client I had, Claudia, she had this secure, cushy job as a paralegal in Cleveland, but in her heart and spirit and soul, she was a writer of metaphysical novels of personal growth and self-discovery. But her secure job locked her in this place of safety. She just lacked the confidence in herself and the God within her to do what she was born to do. That's the key, to step into a state of union with who we really are. It's not about becoming someone else or doing more. It's about remembering as Deanne Hampton says, remembering the truth of who we are. It's time to remember. So remembering is like a limb of our body that once thought itself as separate, that it has to kind of make for itself on its own. It's realizing that it's connected with the whole, and then it doesn't feel like it has to fend for itself. We don't have to fend for ourselves. You are part of this whole. We're part of something so much larger, much more beautiful, much more powerful than we could ever imagine. And the time is now. There are energies coming in to help you rise up into that atmosphere, into that consciousness where you get it and where you can radiate it. You were born for this. It's neither selfish nor sinful to acknowledge that you are God in form. You are co-creating a new reality here on earth. It's a reality rooted in love, peace, and collaboration. Without your acknowledgement of this, the fear seeps in through the gaps that were once God. Once Claudia embraced that she was God in human form, she became the writer which her friends and family all knew she was meant to be. Now it's hard to imagine her as a paralegal. Deanne Hampton says, you are a conscious creator. Line up what you say you want with what you are doing. It's a time to live your light. It's time for us to join hands and bring positive change, to live what we love loudly and boldly, just like Martin Luther King, living loudly and boldly. But first we must get to the next pillar of the temple, which is conscious creating, demanding it. So, sports fans, after the crushing loss to the team up north, it seemed like all hope was lost for the Buckeyes. Are you with me? Okay. Fans, analysts, even some of their own supporters had written them off. They were no longer in the conversation for college football playoffs. The energy around the team had turned to doubt and disbelief. But then, in a meeting just for the players and only one coach, Ryan Day, emotions ran high. The weight of the disappointment and they're not fulfilling their goal hung in the room. Players were seriously frustrated, questioning what was wrong. Emotions were so high, but they were talking and listening to each other. And they wondered what they could do now. And Ryan Day, who has had such a backlash of doubt and disbelief pushing against him, that his kids had to be taken out of school because even teachers were saying terrible things to their children. Yes. Ryan Day said, we are going to the playoffs. And he said, I don't feel like I'm conveying it here. He said it with such conviction. No, boys, no, men, we are going to the playoffs. He said he demanded it in consciousness, and by demanding it in consciousness, it brought it into consciousness. When I was a kid, I was at a national outdoor leadership school, a dream of mine. I hurt my ankle. And in the middle of it, I was told I'd have to be evacuated out because I couldn't walk. Well, I was young enough not to have so many wounds of doubt inflicted on me that night I said with conviction, demanding, my ankle is fine. I am healed. I am completing. I demanded it. And you know what? The next day, the leader had a new thought of how to bind the ankle, and I was fine. And I did continue. You have to demand what you want. Bring it into consciousness, that it changes the cells. Michael Jackson would change the molecules in the room. You want to change the molecules in the room of the beautiful life in our nation where we live united as one in peace and harmony. Demand it in yourself that you live as one with harmony, that I'm going to put it in I terms, I live as one, in harmony, loving this being, accepting it is a God being. I am God living in human form. Accepting that each of you is a reflection of me and loving each of you, no matter what you think, say, feel, believe. Seeing you are a reflection of me. Like flowers in a field. You have this power. Like Myrtle Fillmore, who's been teaching you for years. I am. It took her 2 years, right? Right, Paul? Wasn't it 2 years of changing the molecules in her body into her body finally said, you're right, I'm God. I don't have tuberculosis. Every day. That is what, like Kathy Baker, if you haven't seen her talk last week, powerful talk, included pray without ceasing. This is praying without ceasing, lifting ourselves into the higher frequencies, not letting the media, the corporate greed, the messages, the commercials, not letting any of that seep into our consciousness, letting this be our consciousness, and we together spread that out like ripples in the sea, and it changes the world. Your power, your greatness, your ability to transform, it is already within you. You've been waiting for this time, and the time is now. Claim it. Live it. Demand it. Live love loudly and boldly, louder than any of the other messages coming out. Live in the name of love. God is with you, and you are loved. So much love. So much love.